it's the school book, but it's not the right Stanley again. Look what I'm having.
What is it called?
The Lighthouse Keeper's Cat.
Let's see. Okay. So I will read it first because I won in the rock paper scissors.
Yes.
Hamish lived with Mr. and Mrs. Greenling in the little white cottage on the cliffs. Mr. Greenling was the lighthouse keeper. Look at my nails, poor mom's nails.
Can I see?
I need a new one. Look,
Because
is it like half now of my nails?
now, Mama, how did you do that?
Well, it's because it's growing now, my nails. Just need a new color. Your turn.
Some days Hamish went to work. Wait, first, before we read this part, this is all about making mistakes, this book.
Mm-hmm. And you realize...
I realized all my mistakes and I didn't do any today.
No, not today. You were good today. I'm proud of you today. So
Because it's your love.
it's my love to you.
It's your love to be nice.
Okay.
Banana.
Oh, come on.
Ball.
Let's continue your part.
Some days Hamish went to work with Mr. Grindling. He liked to help in the lighthouse. When visitors came, Hamish would show them round, then would what a magnificent cat, they would exclaim. Hamish, king of the lighthouse.
Oh, so good at reading.
Mama, you read that part?
Some days, Hamish worked with Mrs. Greenling. He liked digging in the garden where she'd planted the seeds. He also liked to help with the cooking. Fish with everything was Hamish's motto. Not in chocolate cake, said Mrs. Greenling firmly.
Can I read that part again? This one.
Okay.
Because I didn't listen to it. You read that again.
Some days, Hamish worked with Mrs. Greenling. He liked digging in the garden where she'd planted the seeds. He also liked to help with the cooking. Fish with
everything
was Hamish's motto. And what's Mrs. Greenling said? What did he say? What did she say?
Not in chocolate cake, said Mrs. Greenling firmly. But
Okay. That's your part.
But when you said, can you put fish in chocolate cakes? You missed that out. But it's not in the book now.
Oh, do you mean you can put fish in the chocolate cake if you want to?
To make the icing.
Okay, this is your part. Come on. Let's see.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Okay.
A lot of the time, Hamish liked to sleep one night when...
There's a full stop. Like to sleep.
Mama, that's also a full stop in
Yeah.
that.
Come on then. One like to sleep. That means you have to stop.
No, one has a full stop.
Oh, come on then.
A lot of the time, Hamish liked to sleep one night.
One night. Come on.
When he was curled up in his favorite place, he had Mr. and Mrs. Gremling talking.
Okay, it's my turn.
I love you.
Love you more.
No, you need to read that.
Oh, why? Too many for me. They were there again today, said Mr. Grindling, scampering and squeaking. The inspector of lighthouses is coming next week and he says mice might eat the wiring. What about Hamish? Asked Mrs. Grindling. He might catch them for you. Mr. Grindling chuckled. Are Hamish chase mice? Really, Mrs. G? He's much too plump and well fed. He might be persuaded if he wasn't quite so well fed, said Mrs. Grinling. He might chase mice if he did not have any breakfast before he went to the lighthouse. Oh no, poor Hamish. You mean starve him? Whispered Mr. Grinling. Shh, Mrs. G, he'll be upset if he hears you. Hamish was upset, very upset. No breakfast, she'd said. Starve him, he'd said. Well, my quivering ginger whiskers, he thought. We'll see about that. Nobody starves the lighthouse cat. If they don't love me anymore, I'll go somewhere else to live. Early next morning, Hamish left home. Oh, Hamish was so sad.
That's what happened to me just when we went to Blackpool.
What do you mean?
Because when I said,
Oh, you were disappointed when you cannot go to the big slides.
and I said I want to go home.
Yeah, oh, it's like you're behaving like Hamish.
But you know, I only had a conversation in like 2 days. So go back from the second day and then the first day when we read this book, and we done a conversation of
Like you realizing
yeah.
you don't need to feel bad about it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You're so good you remembered our conversation. Oh dear, come on, your turn.
As he made his way to the village, he met all kinds of strange creatures. Some wanted to chase him, and some wanted to play.
To all animals look chasing him. He was delighted when he smelt a mouse. Fish, sniffed Hamish. Probably shark. Shark? Look, Mom, called the little boy. There's an enormous cat at our door. I think he's hungry. Can we feed him?
You need to read that now.
You read it now for you.
Yikes! Puff, puff. It's dark in here. Bzzz. Shark's fin soup. A spot of breakfast, I think. Move it, pussycat. Woof, woof, slurp. It's dark in here.
Come on.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Okay. You ready to go in the next part?
Ma, now you read this part, I read. Oh, how about I read that part, you read that?
Because it's long. You're too clever for that. Okay.
Hamish liked the breakfast, then gave him.
They gave him.
They gave him like the big. He liked the big children. They played hide and seek and chased the mouse with him.
Okay.
I still read this part.
Sorry.
He didn't like the baby. It rolled on him and scratched his face.
Oh dear. Let me read the
Yoga.
big one. Not bad though, thought Hamish as he jumped up to sleep beside the stove. I like this house. I think I'll stay. What's this? Exclaimed the mother. A cat who jumps on benches. A scavenging cat. Not in this house. Scat cat, she said. Out you go, and she shut the door behind him. Well, my quivering ginger whiskers, thought Hamish. We'll see about that. Nobody shouts
You'll see about that.
Nobody shouts at this lighthouse cat, and she stalked off down the road. Okay, your turn.
A Tubby kitchen dropped.
What
on,
kitchen?
Oh, a Tubby kitten dropped on him from a tree. Play with me, and you can share my dinner.
Okay, my turn. Hamish liked the dinner so much that he forgot to share. The kitten swung on his tail. Play with me and you can sleep in my bed. Hamish slept in the bed, but he was so large there was no room for the kitten. Who's your ginger friend? Asked the old man. The kitten hissed at Hamish. He wasn't a friend. He didn't share. Oh dear.